Okay, so we have the drivetrain here. We have 6 motors allocated to our drivetrain. We have 2 back here and 2 up here. And these are all 600 RPM blue motors connected to these 36 tooth gears right here. We wanted to make sure that the gears were low strength so we could fit these wheels and these gears within the 3x frame that we allocated. And these 36 tooth to these 60 tooth gear these blue motors down to 360 RPM. We found through 2 years of testing that 360 RPM on 3 1/4 inch wheels has been a very reliable speed for just overall speed and torque for pushing robots and playing defense. All right, so moving on to the PTO. PTO stands for power takeoff. Now we use this piston right here to reallocate these 2 drive motors to our lift mechanism right here. Now when we shift these, we don't have a solenoid cable at the moment, so we will have to shift these by hand. But when we shift these over, it reallocates these 2 drive motors to our lift structure right here. Now this gearbox is 36 to 36 to 84 to 12 to 84. And this gives us a final lift RPM of 37 RPM.
So we have a raised kicker. As you can see, the kicker will raise up in order to shoot over any blockers that we'll encounter. And it's 16.5 with a 5.5 watt here and the 11 watt over here. Both of these motors are 200 RPM and the ratio for the kicker is 12 to 60 with a 24 tooth ratchet. The 12 tooth, as you can see, it has 3 teeth sanded off of it, which will allow it to, for the kicker to release. As you can see now, it's free spinning when it spins, which allows it to have a motion like this. And the ratchet here will allow it to just not put the force on the motors, so that keeps it from overheating. Show a quick little test of it right here. We're still working on the cradle here, so it's a little icky up there right now. And our climb, we have these standoffs here, which will go over the bar. So what happens is the bar will go under and the robot will drop. The robot will do that, locking it down. And then over here, we have our piston locks, which, as you can see, will engage and push the ratchet into the gears here. And then, as you can see, locks pretty well. Usually around C tier or B tier, which is nice. So we have a 5.5 watt intake with our 5.5 here, geared up to 600 RPM with these sprockets. It's also with 2-inch flex wheels, which help to conform to the shape of the tri-ball. As you can see, they kind of bend in right there. We also have this ramp here, which brings the tri-ball up away from the floor. And it also has our very interesting anti-theft method, where a lot of times teams will, what they'll do is they'll come up with their intake, ram into yours, and steal your tri-balls away. We have a method to prevent that, where when the team will come and hit us, the tri-ball will stay up here away from the floor, meaning we'll keep in contact with it. We also have a match load method, hold on, where we can come and place the tri-balls from the top of it, so then we can quickly place the tri-balls and go to score. Okay, so our flaps, we have our non-locking horizontal flaps here, which are curved, so we can push the tri-balls over the middle barrier. We're a little low on air right now, but it's all right. As you can see, they're curved so they can push over. And because they're not locking, we can use them as bowling flaps to take in that area for bowling. And we also have a set of vertical flaps on the back here. Because they're vertical, they're a lot more stiff than these ones. As you can see, no give on like B side. And we also have our A-tier climb attached to the back of it, which basically we just hit it and climb, go over the middle barrier with it. Because they're they have no give, they're very helpful for skills where you're pushing a lot more tri-balls.